Hello and welcome back to the Being Mr. Brown YouTube channel, where I talk about everything that is media, filmmaking, editing, whatever it may be. But today I'm going to be showing you how to film, the best way to film using only your phone. Okay, so for this video, I'm going to be using or demonstrating on my iPhone 11 Max Pro. So the first thing that I will tell you you're going to need and what you should get is the FiLMicPro app. I think it costs about £14, don't know what it is in dollars, about £14-ish, but it's well worth the money because it provides all the features that you would get if you were filming on a DSLR camera or any kind of professional camera that you'd be filming with. It gives you all of the kind of variations and things that you need to change. I've already downloaded the apps. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go into FiLMicPro. So I'm going to open up the app, and this is my view, what I can see here. There you go. Basically, it turns your phone into let's say it turns into a bit of a DSLR, so you get all the features you would get if using a DSLR. So what do you get here? You get your record button on the right here, that round circle button. Yeah, little play button there next to it. Then you get your settings button next to that. Then you get the bit in the middle just at the bottom here where you see where the time code is. So let's start from the right hand side. It gives you a little indication of what your battery life is on your phone. And then just underneath that, it gives you a little indicator of how much space is left on the phone for when you're filming. And then obviously the time code, what frames per second you're filming in. And then below that, it's in 1080p at the moment, but I can change this to 4K or whatever it is it may be. Then after that, if you hit the A button here, it gives you all sorts of different things like your zebras, as you can see there. Just put onto the zebras here. Your peaking and different things like that, so make sure you can set the sharpness, is everything's in focus, and all sorts of different things. Then if you hit the target kind of button to the left of it there, you'll see two kind of half circles appear up on the left and the right hand side, and what basically it shows you here is on the right hand side it's the focus. So if I move that in, you see it's gone out of focus, and then we come back in, we're back in focus. When you're filming, you probably want to have a smooth out of focus shot into getting into focus, or vice versa, but it's hard to do that using just your finger. But if you see here now, when I move it all the way down, you can just tap on the right hand side here twice, and what it will do is it will slowly move it back into focus smoothly without you having to do that with your hand, because that's quite difficult. That's a little tip that I'll give you. You can always adjust the zoom as well. So I've double clicked here to hit the zoom button. I'll do that again from focus now to zoom. So on the 11 Pro Max iPhones, you can just zoom between the different lenses that it gives you, because you can see here you've got 3 different lenses. Just there you get 3 different lenses, and basically that is jumping between your standard lens, your close-up lens, and then the widescreen lens, which is really cool, which they've given you. Okay, going over to the left hand side, the bit which you can see at 32 and then at 1/450 there. Now this allows you to change your exposure and things like that. Because I'm shooting 25 frames per second, you kind of want it to be 1/50, because you always want to shoot double what your frame rate is, because that's what gives a nice smooth filmic look to when you're filming. So if you're filming at 25 frames per second, you definitely want your shutter speed to be at 1/50. Let's go back down to the left hand corner again, where you can see there's 3 color wheels. Basically that is now going to be your white balance, your color balance basically. So by clicking that, you can move this around to adjust if you want it warmer or colder, and you can do a white balance in here. All of that's in here as well. But if you want to click off any of these things that you're using, you just tap the screen in the middle, and then you're back to where you were. Right, let's take those off by hitting the target button again. You'll see in the middle of the screen now, there are 2 icons. There's a square one and then there's a circle. The square, if I move that round, it will focus on the middle here. So I'm going to tap it off the red because it was locked at the moment. When you hit it, once you're in there, it goes red. I'll just show you there, but when you tap it off, so basically it locks it to that. So basically, if you want if I want to focus on my face here, I'll bring the square down to the middle of my face, as you can see. And if I want to lock it on that position, so the focus will always be in that position, I just tap it when it's red, and that will just lock the focus. Go into the circle. If I move that around, this is the exposure. So wherever I move this around, the exposure will change, the light will change. Okay? Wherever I move it to. So if I want to focus on me more, I'll move it to me, or over here. Oh, I've moved the wrong thing. Or over here. And again, to lock that, you just hit in the middle again, so it goes red. So just tap off both of them there, just take it off, and there you go. So before we start filming, the best thing to do is go into the settings to make sure you've got all the right parameters to be filming with. So if I just click on here, it opens up a nice little thing where you get all these different things. We're not going to go into everything, but I'm going to tell you and show you most of the things to get you started. So let's start with frame rate, because we spoke about that earlier. So as you can see, it's you've got an array of different frame rates that you can choose from here. I'm sticking to 25 because that's what the frame rate for TV and film is by standard here in the UK. In America, it's 30 frames per second. I wouldn't go any higher than that, because anything higher than that is you doing slow-mo stuff, basically. So if you want to slow it down again and get a nice smooth slow motion effect, that's when you ramp up the frame rate there. But let's stick to 25 right now. So that's what I'm doing. I've got it on 25. So come out of that. Next, what should we go into? Let's take a look at your resolution. So at the moment it is on 16:9, which is, you know, the big kind of cinema style. You don't want it in square, unless that's what you're filming for. You might be doing a video for Instagram where you need it to be in a square format. So you can change the format within this section here. But below that, you can see that it's got the HD 1080p, which I'm filming in. But if I click across now, I can film in 2K. This is if your camera does support this. So this camera does, so I can go all the way up to 4K and have the best quality. Let's leave it on 4K for now, so I can show you a little bit what the quality looks like at 4K. So I've just changed it to 4K, and below that it's got FiLMiC Extreme. This is the highest quality that you can film using this program at. So it will be better than the quality that you would use if you were just using the standard phone setting for filming. It'll be way better if you have it on FiLMiC Extreme, but you can go down to FiLMiC Quality, Apple Standard, Economy. The other thing would be audio, because using the audio from the phone isn't going to be the best. But if you want to use a better audio system, you can click on your audio here, and you can see it gives you a few options from the top, going down, from the top here, going down. But let's start with the top option here. So let's click across, because at first when I got in here, it was filming from the back, or you could film from the front mic, or you can film from the bottom mic. So I'm just going to go with the back mic and leave it at that, because I think that's probably the best one. Standard setting is best, and then you can down below you can click which style of audio I want it to save in: ACC, IAF, PCM. Just keep it at that. And I would suggest you keep it to 48.0 kilohertz. Leave it on that. Or if you had a Bluetooth microphone, you could set it to that. Better yet, you could film with this mic here. All right. So this mic is like a mini version of the Rode Micro Pro. You could plug this straight into your phone, and then you could pick it as an option to use to record the audio with through FiLMiC Pro. So you're getting a high quality sound. So the sound that you're hearing now would be the same quality you'd be hearing if you were using this as an attachment. You can get the Rode wireless radio mics, which are really good, and they're really good for price. So now you've got the best settings now through your phone. You've got the best frame rate that you can work with. You've got the best exposure. You've got all the right settings. You can set it into 4K, 2K, 1K, 1080, whatever it may be, using this FiLMiC Pro app. And there's lots of other options in here, but this is the best way I would suggest that you go out filming with, using just your phone. And it does work for Apple as well as Android, so that's amazing. This is the best app I would use. So if you're struggling and you want to do some videos and film from home or outside, doing whatever it is, but you're only got your phone to use and you're wondering why your videos don't look as good, the best way to fix that straight away would be to use this app and get all the right settings that everyone is using on these expensive DSLR cameras, which are like $2,000, and you've bought this app for £14 or whatever it may be in dollars. And then the next thing to do is get yourself a little Rode mic like I've suggested here, and some lights and a stand. What will that cost you? Not that much. I'll try and price it up later and put it in my description if I can be bothered. No, I will be bothered, I will do that. So that's pretty much covered the basics of how to film using just your phone in the best possible way and the most professional possible way. I hope that's been helpful to you. So if you've liked this video, please subscribe, click that subscribe button and make sure you like. And if there's any other tutorials that you'd like me to cover, please comment below. Comment below anyway, if you've got anything else that you want to ask or say. Yeah. Bye.